I'm a Southern belle. Brains, booty, and all business.
Phaedra Parks, Queen of Reeds, Southern Belle, Master Manipulator, and Compulsive Liar. Out of all the housewives on the show, Phaedra Parks is the one who has mastered the art of throwing rocks and hiding her hand. From the moment we met Phaedra, she always portrayed herself to be this Christian Southern belle that could do no wrong. But as seasons progressed, we seen more and more how far that was from the truth. I first gave Phaedra the side eye when all of the ladies were sitting at the dinner table for a Mother's Day dinner, and someone asked Phaedra her due date, but she couldn't answer the question straight. As a mother with 2 kids, I knew down to the minute when my kids were due. It was odd. She tried to act like she wasn't as far along as she was, but later on in the season, her doctor told her her real due date, and she still tried to lie by telling a certified doctor that other doctors she was seeing had different theories. Like, girl, what? The real tea was she didn't want her very Christian mother to find out she was pregnant out of wedlock. Little did we know this would be the theme of Phaedra's time on the show. The truth was very blurry with her.
It's just like having a baby. You're gonna be in pain, and then when it come out, you just like the pain went away. Phaedra, when was your due date?
And it was July, but this baby getting ready to come up out of here.
July? I thought you were 5 months pregnant.
Yeah, my due date was July 26th or August 1st.
But isn't it dangerous to have a baby at 6 and 7 months?
Not if everything's fully formed and his lungs are functioning.
I ain't never heard of no doctor do that.
Me either.
Right.
That's real early. Yeah.
I think it was really weird when Phaedra really couldn't give me a solid due date. I'm thinking, bitch, you don't know when you got knocked up.
But he's sitting on my bladder, and so I've had, a couple of weeks ago, I had a lot of bleeding.
Bleeding?
Yeah, and so I'm coming up out of here.
One thing I can do, and that's add. And what Phaedra is saying, it's not adding up.
So you're really like more like 6 months?
I
It
don't
usually
know
takes
what
about
I
6
am.
months?
I know they're going to do it at 34 weeks. So 34 weeks is when he's going to come.
Oh, okay.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
Look.
Her persona never really made sense to me, because on one hand she was this Southern belle, and on the other she invited a male stripper who could suck his own thing to Candy's birthday party, and she was always talking about donkey booties. Not saying that people can't have different facets to their personality, but Phaedra's was a big contradiction.
I know you're on a diet, but I wanted to bring you a little chocolate. That I call ridiculous. This is the birthday girl. You please answer her.
Phaedra is a lawyer, so it's her job to lie. But at what point do you separate your personal life from your professional? Another bold-faced lie she told is when she got caught talking about Cynthia saying, "Who gives a F if Cynthia comes to my baby shower?" Y'all remember when she threw that very tacky and, in the words of Candy, Bougetto baby shower? She flat out lied in Cynthia's face saying that she didn't say it, but when Cynthia revealed that she had a recording of her saying it, she had to go back and apologize for saying what she said, not because she was actually sorry, but because she got caught. This woman would lie about anything, big or small.
Actually told me that you pretty much said that you really didn't give a, excuse my spelling, F-U-C-K, if I came to Aiden's party or not.
Well, I did not say that, and I think you know I don't talk like that.
Well, I was very, very surprised to hear it, but I mean, are you sure you didn't say that? Well,
Cynthia was like, I gotta go out of town. Not we did.
I really don't give a F-U-C-K about her coming.
I don't think you've ever heard me drop the F-bomb, so whoever told you that is tripping.
No, I've never heard you use it before.
Exactly. Cynthia's accusing me of saying something mean about her behind her back, but I'm not sure where she's getting this information because I don't engage in gossip or any of that tomfoolery.
What happened?
Think about it. The reason why a lot of people don't like Kenya more is partly because of Phaedra lying about Kenya texting Apollo and basically saying that Kenya tried to get with Apollo. But all of it was a lie, and Apollo actually admitted that he was lying about the whole thing. Phaedra knew he was lying, but because she hated Kenya so bad, she wanted to tarnish Kenya's reputation and make her look bad. Kenya flirting with Apollo was dead ass wrong. We can all see that. But Apollo was wrong for even entertaining her. So Phaedra's anger was definitely misplaced, and she wanted to be spiteful towards Kenya by any means necessary.
Why didn't you sit down with him in front of her?
You know, what I have found with Phaedra is she'll spread rumors, me meeting with Apollo in LA that never happened. And then when you go to her, she has nothing to say. And so you can never really get the truth. I wanted to have an opportunity to speak with Apollo personally to clear my name. They've even come here today lying. So I don't have to defend myself any longer with people
why
that
would you have
do
a
not
conversation with the
want
three of
to
us?
tell
Because
the
you're a
truth.
sneaky, trifling slut.
You know that saying, birds of a feather? You show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Phaedra and Apollo are one and the same. He's a criminal. She's an educated criminal that's never been caught. Watching the show, I always thought that it was strange that such an affluent lawyer would be married to a criminal, but now it makes so much sense. Phaedra used her Christian Southern Belle persona as a shield to hide who she really was. A textbook sociopath narcissist willing to step on and use people around her as pawns to get what she wanted. Case in point, Angela Stanton. Angela Stanton became friends with Phaedra in the late 90s. Angela was living rough and she befriended Phaedra looking for a way out because it seemed like Phaedra had everything. Little did she know, Phaedra would be the reason for her downfall. Phaedra befriended Angela and took her under her wing, but her real agenda was to use her as a pawn all along. Phaedra allegedly was the mastermind of a major car theft ring, and she brought Angela along to do all of her dirty work. Things went left when Angela got arrested and charged for conspiracy charges, and Phaedra basically left her for dead. Apollo was arrested for the exact same thing, and who was the common denominator in the situation? Phaedra, but she walked away from everything without even a scratch or dirt on her name. If that isn't devious, I don't know what is.
That was my friend. When I learned that she went and she stood over my mother's body, and she knew that they were framing me. She knew she had no intention to help me get out of the situation that she created. Somebody had to be the fall guy for the entire operation, and it just happened to be me. So my book is not about vengeance, it's about justice. It's about telling my story. It's about telling the story of a 5-year-old girl that was sexually abused, who lived in and out on the streets, who ran into somebody that pretended to be a friend, that pretended to be a mentor. You know, I just couldn't understand why she would be so involved with destroying my life, but not interested at all in helping.
Angela Stanton accounts in her book that the real Phaedra is a BDSM freak with whips, chains, leather, and handcuffs attached to her headboard. A far cry from the Southern Belle we see on TV. No wonder she was named the head doctor. But the most interesting part is that Phaedra managed to get on a national TV show knowing that she was most likely a part of crimes and still managed to stay out of federal prison. You have to have some brains to pull a stunt off like that. But in the words of Nene, you can never win when you dirty. And the dirt was dug up and her past quickly came to haunt her. Drama was another person on the list that Phaedra had run-ins with, a person from her past. Apparently, they had unfinished business. He was arrested for coming up to Phaedra's office with a bomb, threatening to blow her up. Her slate wasn't clean with him, and he wanted revenge for whatever she did to him. What was Phaedra into that a man was threatening her life? Did he do dirt for her too? Whatever it was, she didn't want it out, and she claimed that he didn't threaten her at all, and he was just coming by to drop off his new bomb CD. In the words of Candy, the lies, the lies, the lies. It's so easy to believe all of the accusations about Phaedra because of how she carried herself on Real Housewives. Phaedra always stirred the pot, but somehow managed to keep her fingers clean every time. If the girls on the show confronted her about something, she would usually lie her way out of it, or gaslight them and say that the sky was red when everyone around her could clearly see it was blue. Another pawn in her game was Apollo. Their relationship always felt staged to me, because in reality, it was. Phaedra could never give a straight answer about what Apollo did for a living because he was doing illegal things and she knew all about it, most likely benefited from it, and I would even go as far to say she probably was involved too, allegedly. But when shit got hot, she dropped Apollo quicker than shit. And because they were married, it became a direct conflict of interest because she knew Apollo wouldn't rat her out because she's the mother of his 2 kids. And even if she was involved, it's a law stating that you can't testify against your own spouse. So Phaedra Chestnut Checkers Parks knew exactly what she was doing the whole time. Apollo was her fall guy. Phaedra's name was clean in the courts, but not public opinion. When Apollo went to jail, she really tried to play up the disappointed wife role to a T. She wanted no parts of Apollo after that. The other housewives questioned her for this, and some of the women sided with Apollo, including Candy and her husband Todd, which led to the breakdown of their friendship. The only people on the show that supported Phaedra's decisions were Nene and Portia, and that's how Frickin' Frack were born. Portia and Phaedra bonded because Portia went through a divorce as well, and she became a shoulder for Phaedra to lean on. Not only did the viewers find this unlikely friendship questionable, the women on the show did too. Phaedra needed an alliance, and Portia played right into the game. Frickin' Frack were definitely comedic relief on the show. A good kiki, but anyone who could read in between the lines could see that the relationship was very superficial and shallow right from the beginning. As the seasons went on, Frickin' Frack's alliance grew stronger, and the tension between Phaedra and Candy got worse. It was obvious Phaedra was not feeling Candy, but they were cordial because of the show. It was many scenes where you could cut the tension with a knife between them.
Taste this shit. Frickin' Frack keep it moist.
Girl.
That's cute! Shaka-laka-laka. Frickin' Frack. See, I knew it!
Thank you.
Hey, look at this fancy dress you got on.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on?
Not that much.
Hello, welcome to Katana. My name is Sarah. I'll be taking care of you today. May I get you anything to drink besides water?
No, I'm just gonna bring water.
All right.
So what do I owe the pleasure of dinner?
While Phaedra and Candy grew apart, Portia had to pick a side, and it was clear to everyone that she was riding for Phaedra hard. So much so that even Shamia, her best friend, wasn't safe. Sheree, the bone carrier, didn't help matters either. She definitely stirred the pot between Portia and Candy, and because they weren't getting along, Portia started making up rumors alleging that Candy was a closet lesbian, and while they were at a party, she tried to drug Portia so that she could bring her to her alleged sex dungeon.
You want to call me out and try to so-called put my life on Front Street? Let's talk about yours. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, I'm not out here telling your business. But if you want to go there, Candy, it is what it is. Because if I'm single and if that's what I choose to do, that's one thing. But if I'm married and I choose to bring other women and flip-flop them in my bed like pancakes, that's something totally different.
Let's be clear. My husband and I, we've only had one experience where we've done that.
Oh, Candy, stop.
That is the
Don't do
truth.
that.
Whether you don't want to believe it.
Bye. Girl, I thought we were having an honest conversation.
I'm having an honest conversation with you.
Now, oh, you don't have a sex dungeon?
No, I do not.
Oh, that's a lie.
No, I would love to show you my house.
Oh, I don't need to see it.
No, ma'am.
I don't need to see it. Whatever sex chamber y'all have going on. I made that up.
Yes, you did. You
Oh,
just
no, I
made
did
that
not.
to make yourself
I
feel
promise
good.
you I didn't make that up.
Now, y'all know good and damn well if I had a sex dungeon, I would tell everybody because I think it's actually cool. She's so foolish. It just hurts me. It hurts me. If I'm with my husband and we decide to hook up, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's just like when you was kissing me in the club and told me you wanted to eat my till I came.
Who want to eat your mother?
You said.
This is when all hell broke loose. Candy is very sex positive, so if she had a sex dungeon, I'm pretty sure she would scream it from the rooftops. So the rumor didn't make sense, and it was clear Portia was just making things up to keep her alliance with Phaedra even stronger. But little did she know it would come back to bite her in the ass, because Candy completely aired her out, told all her tea, and outed her for the freak hoe that she really was. This is when we found out that it wasn't Candy out here trying to jump the girls, it was Portia. Candy told everyone Portia kissed her in the mouth and said that she wanted to eat her until she went to Glory Child. Everything came to a boiling point between these two. And guess who was in the cut rubbing her hands like Birdman? Phaedra the Crooks Parks. It was clear who was dangling the strings the whole time. Once again, Phaedra used another person as a puppet to do her dirty work, and she didn't even think twice about it. Everyone tried to warn Portia about Phaedra, but of course she didn't listen and ended up getting played when it was all said and done.
Well, when Sheree came back to tell me that Candy had went and told some of Phaedra's business and Shamia chimed in, I pulled Shamia to the side and told her I didn't think that she should do that.
Phaedra tried to holler at my husband. Like, walking past, and she's like, excuse me. So when you can do that, I don't put past you. I only brought that up because you were going so hard for Phaedra. I told you, don't go so hard for her.
Yeah,
and
I get what you're saying.
It was revealed on the reunion who started the rumor, and when Phaedra got caught up, she was silent as a church mouse. You know in Scooby-Doo how the monster is revealed at the end? That's what the whole situation felt like. And I know I'm old for that analogy, but it's pretty scary how Phaedra could befriend people, smile, and kiki in their face, but then on the other end have a whole side agenda and you wouldn't even know it. In the end, everything blew up in Phaedra's face, and I feel like in the moment, the viewers got to see how vindictive she really was.
You got caught in a megawatt lie.
I was served a cease and desist, so I want to have Phaedra speak. What? Tell me what's going on.
The lies! The lies!
The curtain came down, and there stood a dangerous woman willing to do anything to save herself, even though she's as guilty as the person sitting next to her. And a woman willing to make up lies to destroy someone's reputation and good name. Out of all the people she could have lied about, Candy definitely didn't deserve that, and everyone knew it. So because of the lies she told, she was subsequently fired, and she hasn't been on Real Housewives since. I guess Bravo wasn't playing with her, and rightfully so, because she became a liability instead of an asset. No one knew how far she was willing to go. Watching some of the older scenes back, I must admit, Phaedra has the best poker face ever. It's scary. Even when she got caught, she didn't budge. She was completely emotionless, even in the midst of all the drama. If you ever want to see the behavior of a narcissist, check out Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 3 through 9. Phaedra Parks is the perfect case study. Phaedra Parks is the type of woman you have to be wary of. She's the woman that when something good happens to you, she doesn't cheer, she's jealous. The woman that will act like she's your best friend, but in reality, she's plotting your demise. Double check to see if you have any Phaedras in your life, ladies, and dismiss her immediately. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me how you feel in the comments about Phaedra plotting ass Parks, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!